When do women interrupt men in the midst of their speech?
Bring it out.
Bring it out.
In Ethiopia, is that allowed?
No.
No. She will be silent in Ethiopia. She will be silent before the man.
I'm in America, so come on, be afraid.
America let you do what you want.
Right.
But God said be quiet.
I don't have a relationship with God.
You don't have a relationship with God until you keep the commandments of God.
Yeah.
Read. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself,
Though they humble themselves, God so loved the world. All are welcome. They gave you a fake image. They humbled themselves and set up what? The worst schooling in the community. They gave you some crumbs. They gave you the bottom of the bottom, the least. They put the abortion clinics in the neighborhood as a trick. Our sisters think that's good, but that's a trick. That's a gift that destroyed their heart. It's destroyed over 20 million people thus far. That's a whole country within itself. You understand that? So we are to never trust our enemy. Yeah, they're gonna humble themselves. Why? Because in these last days, the children of God are gonna wake back up.
Yes, right.
They're gonna come back to their God, and as you said, they're gonna strengthen their relationship with their God.
this is Romans chapter 13, verse 3. For rulers are not a terror to good works.
Right. This is why it's important for you to strengthen your relationship with God. Because those that are in ruling, they are not a terror, or they do not make those who keep the commandments afraid, because we understand their purpose. That makes sense? So they are not a terror to us. Cops can sit over there all day. They can continue to pull up as 4 trucks, 4 SUVs all they want. They're not a terror to us because we keep the commandments of God and we obey the laws of the land. This is good work, right? Watch this, read.
Romans chapter 13 and verse 3. For the rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil.
So they are a terror to the evil. Every time cops come through the hood, what do Negroes do? They act out, they run, they drop the pack, they tuck the gun, right? They are a terror to those who work evil. So for example, your brother, right? He got in a fight, why? You don't know why, right? Do you know who he fought? He fought his own brothers, right? The Hispanics are our brothers. But 99.9% of the time, it involves either drugs, it involves either money, right? Or it involves some type of materialistic item. That's it. Drugs, money, and hoes. That's what we fight for. Right. That's it. It's one of those three. When you find out, you're going to understand that, damn, you can't walk the same path as he walked. He older than you. Can't be like that. But watch this, read.
Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power?
Would you not? Remember, the father told his son what? About the cops. Not to be afraid of the police, right? But what does God say?
Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power?
God said, will you not be afraid of the power? Of the police? Of the government? Of the system that he put in place to rule over his children? Because we continue to break the commandments? So will we not be afraid of that badge? We are to be afraid of the badge when we are not keeping the commandments of God. When we decide to walk contrary to the doctrine of Christ. You understand that? So you cannot continue to break the commandments of God. If you do, then you should be afraid of the cops. You should be afraid to walk up and down your streets. Because the cops, they are one part of it. But how many of our people get killed because of drive-bys? Who put the guns in the community? The power. The power put the guns in the community. But understand that we are to be afraid of the power. What about you?
Be in faith.
What is it?
Be in faith.
Be in faith? Where you from? East Africa. Where? Rwanda? Hey, my brother, one of my dudes I work with, he from Rwanda. Yeah, he speaks like 8 languages. Yeah, so with that, right, does your people over in Rwanda suffer the curses of oppression, colonialism? Who's this right here? You say that's Jesus Christ, man. It put a smile on your face, didn't it? Oh, wow. He said, of course. Oh, my God. Hey, so, in the midst of the slavery and colonialism, right? Didn't they come with this? They did, right? But in the Bible, what color is Christ? It don't say? Why not? Okay, so did anybody see Christ? Who saw him? His disciples. Give me 1 Corinthians 15. Watch this. They from Rwanda too? They from Ethiopia, right? Our people in Ethiopia too? The children of Israel, the true Jews, you are scattered in Ethiopia too. All right? I know y'all think the Ethiopians are almighty, but for example, right? The people of Ethiopia, Rwanda, the Bantu-speaking people, you are of the children of Israel. You are not of the Hamitic or the Nilotic people. There's a difference, is there not? There is a difference, right? Because in America, they taught us that Africans sold Africans to the white man, right? But no, it was Hamitic or Nilotic tribes that sold who? Bantu people. That sold Rwandans. That sold what?
No, Ethiopians weren't sold.
No, Ethiopians weren't sold. They weren't sold. But you'll have our people in Kenya. You'll have our people in Nigeria. You'll have our people throughout the west coast of Africa. You're from the east coast. Even in, what is it? Madagascar, over there, Tanzania. Right? Watch this though, read.
Isaiah chapter 11 verse 11. And it shall come to pass that in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time.
So God is going to set his hand again the second time. Because the first time he delivered his people out of Egypt, right? Now he's going to set his hand the second time, read,
to recover the remnant of his people.
He's going to recover the remnant of his people, read,
which shall be left from Assyria,
which will be in the lands, left in the lands of Assyria, read,
and from Egypt,
this is southern Egypt,
and from Pathros,
now you getting Pathros up in Egypt,
and from Cush.
Where is God going to recover the remnant of his people from? Cush. What is Cush today? Ethiopia.
You know,
Cush is Ethiopia. He's going to deliver his chosen people from Ethiopia. Understand that. Read on.
and from Elam.
That's India. Elam. Watch this. Read.
And from Shinar.
That's from Babylon, aka Iraq.
Right.
God is going to deliver his remnant of his people that are scattered in these places. Read on.
And from Hamath.
Get out.
And from the islands of the sea.
Now you got St. Thomas, St. Kitts, all the islands throughout the Caribbean,
right,
where God is going to deliver his people from. And that's you, my brother. So when you smiled when you saw this, it made you feel good inside, right? But you said it's not about the image. But what did God say about the image? Because when you saw this, you said that's Jesus Christ. And then you had a smile. And it made you feel good inside. And you said yes, right? But God said it is about the image. Matthew 24. Let me show you why it's about the image. I'm going to show you. And say your name one more time. Be in faith. Be in faith. Watch this, read.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 24. For there shall arise false Christ.
There shall arise false Christ. To be a false Christ meaning what? You're gonna look like Christ, right? But are you the real Christ? If you're a false Christ, you're a false image. You're a false image. Guess what the false image is? This right here.
That's not the main thing, though.
Say what?
That's not the main thing.
What's not the main thing? This false Christ? So what do you think is gonna happen
I'm
to...
talking about like the picture, not the main thing about false prophet and false teaching.
Okay, so you said that the picture or the image isn't the main thing about false Christ or false images. What's the main thing?
By the teaching, whatever you're teaching people and stuff.
The doctrine, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so with this image though, right? With this image, what does that do to the psyche of black men and women?
I mean, it's all over the word. Everybody thinks that's Jesus.
Everybody think that's Jesus, right?
Yeah.
So what has it done to your people in Africa? This image. It's caused you to bow down to your oppressor.
Bring it out.
This image has taught self-hatred to us as black men,
Right.
to them as black women. Our women got their hair blonde. Why is that? Our men have blonde hair. Why is that? How the first color or the first man that was ever created, what color is it? You say black, right? Then how the hell is this the firstborn of God?
Bring it out.
How? Huh? It don't make sense. I'm gonna tell you why it's the image. Watch this. Give me, where you at? There we go.
For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus,
Isn't this the other Jesus? Because it's not in the Bible. You say it don't matter though, right? I'm gonna show you why it matters, right? But when the slave master came over, right? He came with another Jesus, did he not? This is another Jesus. The Jesus he taught looked just like him and not like you. If the first man was black and God created the first man in his image, right? Then where the hell this come from? It don't make sense. These are basic questions where it's like, I don't have an answer for.
right?
You understand that? So they came with another Jesus. They preached another Jesus. Christianity is the pathway or the door or the source that they use to preach another Jesus. All our people, all your people, all my people are caught up in the Christian church. Watch this, read.
If he that cometh preacheth another Jesus, whom we have not preached,
Our forefathers did not preach this. This image is new. This image is not the image that's in the Bible.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not. But when they came, they preached another Jesus. That our ancestors, Paul, our ancestors, Moses, our ancestors, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Zechariah, Isaiah, Nehemiah, Ezra, they didn't preach a white image.
Yeah, that's right.
They preached the Jesus that looked like them.
right?
Right.
They preached the Jesus that looked like this. You understand that? Now watch this. Read on.
Or if ye receive another spirit, which ye have not received,
So when they preach this Jesus, that's why I tell you the image is important. Because with this image came another spirit. Come as you are.
right?
For God so loved, oh, that's a doctrine. The other spirit is homosexuality.
Right.
The other spirit is what? Weak, effeminate black men.
Right.
The other spirit is a spirit to add sin unto sin.
Excuse me, sir, we gotta go.
All right, hold on. That's another spirit. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you why.
BFA.
When do BFA? When do women interrupt men in the midst of their
Bring
speech?
it out.
I do.
Bring it out.
In Ethiopia, is that allowed?
No.
No. She will be silent in Ethiopia. She will be silent before the man.
I'm in America, so come on, BFA.
America let you do what you want. But God said be
I
quiet.
know
right.
my relationship with God.
You don't have a relationship
I do
with
have a
God
relationship with
until
God.
you keep the commandments of God.
Yeah, that's right.
So until you respect the prophets of God, just be silent. I'm teaching the king. Hold on, BFA. Watch this, BFA. Watch this. One moment. BFA, watch this. Read.
1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 11.
Read.
Let the woman learn in silence.
In what?
Silence.
So who's wrong? Is she wrong or God wrong? Who's wrong, BFA? Hold on, BFA. Now it don't matter, BFA. BFA. We got brothers from Rwanda. We got brothers. She knows she out of place. You know she out of place. But she has no relationship with God.
That's right.
Give me Proverbs 9 verse 13. Watch this. I'm going to show you.
What you doing?
I'm going to show you you don't know what you're doing.
I do know what I'm doing.
Okay, we're going to see what God says about you then. Read.
Proverbs chapter 9 and verse 13.
Yeah.
A foolish woman is clamorous.
She's clamorous.
She is simple and knoweth nothing.
She don't know a damn thing
That's
about
right.
God.
Right.
She don't have a relationship with God. She's loud and clamorous. And you must repent, my sister. Take off them pants. That is not what a holy, godly woman wears.
That's right.
She wears a modest dress.
Right.
But you think because you in America, you can say and do what you want. But you cannot. You are a rebellious Ethiopian.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is